plus B to give products. Now if we want to determine the order of this reaction, so according to experimental methods, we will start with certain concentration of reactants. When we mix two reactants, the reaction will proceed, and after a certain time interval, we will measure the concentration of reactant or the concentration of product by appropriate titer. It means that we are measuring concentration of reactant that remains unconsumed after certain time, and therefore if we fix the time interval of say 5 minutes or 10 minutes or anything, then we can have different values of concentration of reactants, that is C1 at time t1, C2 at time t2, C3 at time t3, and so on. Now we are having two parameters. On one side it is the concentration of reactant, on other side that is time. Now we can take the ln of these values, that is ln C1, ln C2, ln C3, and so on. Similarly, we can take the reciprocal of these values as 1 by C1, 1 by C2, 1 by C3, and so on. That means we are now having ln of C as well as 1 by C for different values. So we can plot two graphs from these values. The first graph will be of ln C as a function of time. That means these values against these values. And second graph will be of 1 by C against time. That is like this. Now, after plotting the graph, if it is observed that the first graph is straight line and second graph is curved, then we can say that the reaction is first order. Why? Because we already said that if reaction is first order, then the plot of ln C against T will be straight line, and if reaction is second order, the plot of 1 by C against T will be straight line. So if this kind of observation are there, we can say the reaction is first order. But instead of this, if second graph is straight line and first graph is curved, then we can say that reaction is second order. So in this way we can determine the order of reaction. Now we'll go to the molecularity of reaction and complex reaction. See, in chemical kinetics, all the reaction can be classified into two main categories. As far as chemical kinetics is concerned, the reaction may be reaction may be elementary or reaction may be complex one. Now, what is meant by elementary reaction and what is meant by complex reaction? See, there are certain reactions which completes in one step. Say, for example, this is the reaction which complete in one step, A to give products. So, this is called one-step reaction. And the reaction which completes in one step is called unimolecular reaction. It's called elementary reaction. Now there are certain reaction which completes in more than one step. For example, 2a plus 3b to give 4c plus 5d. See, this reaction will not complete in one step. It will complete in more than one step. So let the first step, second step or third step. That means this reaction completes in more than one step, and therefore it is not elementary reaction, but it is complex reaction. So the reaction which completes in more than one step is called complex reaction. Now come to the elementary reaction. See, we say elementary reaction are one which completes in one step. Now, on the basis of molecularity, the elementary reaction can be further classified into different categories. So, what is molecularity? See, molecularity is the number of reacting molecules that participated in any elementary reaction. Some elementary reaction are one in which only one reactant molecules involved. Some are there in which two reactants molecule are involved, and some are there in which three reactants molecule are involved. So the number of reacting molecules that involve in any elementary reaction, or the number of reactant molecules that participated in any elementary reaction, is called its molecularity. So on the basis of this molecularity, all the elementary reaction can be further classified into three types. That is, the first type is unimolecular reaction. Unimolecular reaction are the reaction or the elementary reaction, an elementary reaction in which only one reactant molecules is involved. For example, A to give products. But if two reactant molecules are involved, that is called bimolecular reaction. So any bimolecular reaction is an elementary reaction in which two reactants reactant molecules are involved. Say for example, A plus B to give products. Here two reactant molecules are involved, and this reaction completes in one step, therefore it is called bimolecular reaction. Similarly, 2A to give products. This is also bimolecular reaction. But if there is three reactant molecules are involved, then it is called termolecular reaction. So it is the elementary reaction in which three reactants molecules are involved. So one can say that this A plus B plus C to give products, or 2A plus B to give products, or A plus 2B to give products. So this is the classification of the elementary reaction. Come to the complex reaction. We say that the complex reaction is one which completes in more than one step. It means that any complex reaction, as it consists more than one step, but each and every step is single step reaction, and therefore each and every step is called elementary reaction. And therefore one can say that the complex reaction is set of more than one elementary steps. That means it is the combination of more than one elementary steps. Any complex reaction is having more than one elementary steps. Now, it means that the complex reaction, as it consists of, or it involves more than one elementary steps, we can say that it gives us the detailed description of the occurrence of reaction. The manner or the path by which a particular reaction will proceed is judged by the complex reaction, and therefore it is called reaction mechanism. So reaction mechanism is the detailed description of occurrence of any reaction. We can get the idea regarding the occurrence of reaction from its reaction mechanism. Now, any reaction mechanism which is combination of more than one elementary steps is having one step as slow step. See, in certain mechanism, the first step is slow step followed by the fast step, and in certain mechanism the first step is fast step or equilibrium step followed by one of the slow step, and that particular slow step is called the rate determining step, and by rule the rate determining step will control the rate of overall reaction. It will decide the rate of overall reaction. So the rate determining step is very important in reaction mechanism. See, now how one can suggest the reaction mechanism for any reaction. For this, we should keep certain things in our minds to describe or to have or to propose the reaction mechanism of any reaction. The first and most important thing is the experimental rate law. Experimental rate law. The second thing is the stoichiometry of reaction. The third is the experimental condition. Under which a reaction proceeds. And fourth is information from other possible source. See, to describe the reaction mechanism of any reaction, we should keep these points in our minds. The first is the experimental rate law, the stoichiometry of reaction, the experimental condition under which the reaction proceeds, and information from other possible sources. See, for any reaction, you can propose more than one mechanism depending on your imagination. But at certain time, at one instant, that particular reaction will follow only one mechanism. So we should judge the correct mechanism of the given reaction. And to judge the correct mechanism of the given reaction, there is one procedure. But before that, we will consider we will understand the how one can propose the reaction mechanism of reaction by taking one small example. For example, the reaction is one in which, say, twice NO2 plus F2 reacts to give 2 NO2F. This is one reaction which has experimental rate law as R is equal to 1 by 2 dNO2F by dt is equal to K into NO2F2. This is the experimental rate law for the given reaction, and this is the reaction. Now, how one can describe or how one can propose the mechanism of reaction? In which manner this reaction will proceed, that we have to propose. Now, for that, we'll consider first the experimental rate law. See, here experimental rate law suggests that the rate determining step of the given reaction will consist NO2 and F2 as reactant, and